you, everyone. What is the last concept? Test cases, right? Okay. Online students, as the screen is visible, online students can respond in the short window. All the online students can respond in the short window. All the online students can respond in the short window. Right. Okay. Let's complete on that. So we have been taking care about in implementing with, documenting with test cases, right? So first we got to understand about documenting with scenarios. Now we need to begin taking care about documenting with test cases here. So the very first understanding, what is the meaning of test cases? What is it? How to be tested. So the meaning of test cases which need to be get considered in the how to be tested. So first we are taking care about test scenarios. Is the meaning of test scenarios? What need to be tested? By taking with the reference of that, we are coming up with the test cases in considering that how to be tested here. Further, to get provide or to get document this particular information, we need to be get taking care about in considering the entry criteria and then mentioning the exit criteria. What is the meaning of entry criteria? Reference documents here. What is the meaning of exit criteria? Result or output here. So if we consider entry criteria as part of the test cases or while documenting with the test cases in entry criteria, what is the first document need to refer? Approved test plan. We need to be get referring the taking care about in referring with approved test plan here. What will be the next document? Approved SRS. So the one you will be considering the approved test plan and then mentioning the approved SRS. What is the next one? Approved FRS. Mentioning the, what is the meaning of FRS? Functional requirement specification. Need to be get taking care about in referring with SRS document and then referring with FRS document. Not like only that particular two documents here. Not like only that particular two documents here. Need to be get taking care about what are the documents are available based on that particular project or based on that particular client. What are the documents are available need to be get taking care about in referring that particular requirement documents here. Apart from all the requirement documents, taking care about in referring with test scenarios here. We are documenting with test cases only, while documenting with the test cases, taking care about in referring with scenarios. And after that, taking care about test case guidelines. What is the meaning of test case guidelines? Rules and regulations. So need to be get understand that what are all that particular respective rules or what are that regulations need to be followed. What is the last one here? Test case template. The meaning of the template? Format. So the meaning of template, considering that format here related to that particular test case, related to that particular test case need to be taking care about in following with that particular respective format here. And then based on that particular respective format, we need to be continued in documenting that particular respective test cases here. Further, we have been taking care about requirement document, which we have been taking care about requirement document considering the SRS document here. Along with SRS document, taking care about these particular scenarios here, referring that particular respective scenarios. We are referring with requirement document and then taking care about in referring with scenarios and then taking with the help of test case template. So we are taking care about in referring with scenario document and then taking care about in referring with SRS document and then taking with the help of template. With the help of all these particular things, we need to be documenting that particular respective test cases. See that. So while looking into this particular template, we got both the information. The same template has been used. Documenting test cases at the same time. Execution. The same template has been used in documenting with the test cases at the same time. Execution as part of STLC. Meaning of STLC? What is it? Software testing life cycle. As part of STLC, what is the first step need to be done? What is the first step? Requirements understanding. After that, test plan. After that, test scenarios. After that, test cases. After that, test execution. After that, bug reporting. After that, test closure. So after writing the test cases, need to be taking care about test execution. After writing with the test cases, need to be taking care about test execution here. Now, because of that, if we look into the template, in this particular template, up to expected result, you can considering like test cases. Up to expected result, you can considering the test cases. At the time of documenting test cases, we need to be taking care about and documenting up to expected result. Remaining thing, actual result and all the remaining activities which we can considering that in taking care about test execution. One is considering the writing with the test cases. One is considering the writing with the test cases. Another one is test execution. Sorry. Another one is which we will be considering the test execution. Now, for now, we are taking care about. For now, we are taking care about writing the test cases. We are not worried about execution. We are not worried about execution. That information will take care about in the next level. For now, we are taking care about in documenting with test cases. Further, we are referring with scenarios. In that, we started working with the scenario of login functionality. We can start from new user registration. We can start from new user registration. But to make with easy understanding, we are taking care about new user registration. In that, the very first functionality. What is the first one here? Verify login functionality. Further, we came up with positive and negative. I mean, to test particular functionality, you have to take care about what are the possibilities are there. To test particular functionality, you have to take care about in what are all different ways are there to test that particular functionality. Further, the one you are considering taking with first one, valid username and valid password. Invalid username, invalid password, all dot combination, and then considering the blank values here. You are launching the browser, entering the URL, and directly clicking on login button, considering the blank values. These are the combinations. What are other combinations related to login? Still, is there any other test cases related to login? We done with valid username, valid password, invalid username, invalid password, valid, valid, and then blank values. Apart from these things, still any other combinations? Other combinations. You given 2 days holidays, sir. We have not done anything, sir. We have been closed our notebook, sir. Not open test scenarios at all. I told that need to be right with test cases for login functionality. And after that, what is the assignment I given? What is assignment, sir? Remember the assignment? I given the assignment on Friday. 2 days holidays came, sir. Shifted delete is done, sir. Online students. Online students are available or not? Online students can respond in the short window. All the online students are available or not? Online students. You need to be work on the assignments, guys. You need to be work on it. As I given with the assignment to take care about writing with the test cases related to login functionality, search hotel functionality, and select a hotel functionality. For these pages I mentioned that need to be come up with writing the test cases. You have to spend the time. So take care about in spending the time. See that. Login functionality, apart from these things, another combination. The one you done with the fifth test case. What is the fifth test case we done? What is the fifth test case? Blank values. Both are blank values. One test case. Another test case you can try. Username is blank and entering the password. One combination. Another combination. Entering username blank. Another combination. You are entering username. Enter the password. But how the password has to be displayed? Once you enter the password, how the password has to be displayed? Dot. Password has to be displayed dot, sir. That password need to be get displayed in encrypted format. The terminology it will be mentioning that. The terminology it will be mentioning that encrypted format or considering the encoding format. We can use the terminology considering the encrypted format or considering the encoding format. Password has been displaying in encoded format or not. That is also one test case we can write it. So you need to you have to think about what are the more number of test cases we can write. Just spend with the time in writing more number of test cases here. Okay. After that, we done with next scenario. What is another scenario? Verify links functionality. Links are working or not. We need to be get tested. We have to test that links are working or not. To test that links are working or not, we have to take care about click activity. To confirm that links are working or not, we have to take care about performing click activity. So what are all the click activities need to be done? Provided the respective click and what will be the expected result we mentioned on that. Okay. Next. Move on to next scenario. See the next scenario. What is the next scenario we got? What is the next scenario? What is it? Text boxes. What is the scenario number? Scenario number TS012. The scenario number taking care about TS012. Okay, see that. Considering the scenario. What is the scenario number? TS012. This is related to what is that scenario? Verify text boxes. We need to be get tested text boxes. See that. See the steps here. First step. What is the first step? What is it? Considering the launch browser. Second step. Enter URL. Okay. Third step. Enter username. And fourth step. Considering the enter password. We have to take care about in testing with text boxes. We have to test that. We have to test that text boxes are working or not. We have to test that. We have to test that text boxes are working or not. How we can test that text boxes are working or not? How will confirm text boxes are working or not? Text boxes ఎలా కన్ఫర్మ్ చేయొచ్చు? By entering the data. How will confirm working or not? We have to enter the data. Then we can confirm the text boxes are working or not. Because of that, we mentioning with the step enter username, enter password. Considering with the test data. What is the test data? URL. After that, considering the username and then password. Okay. What will be the expected result? What is the expected result I can write for these steps? Why search button? Oh, what is it? Why it's need to create account? Online students, we are taking care about in testing the text box here. Now, while testing with the text boxes, we mention with the step enter username, enter password. So now for these things, what will be the expected result? See that considering the user. Who are the users? Who are the users? Ram Charan is the user. Or Junior NTR is the user. Not Ram Charan, not Junior NTR. Those guys are not testing our application. Who are testing the application? We are testing the application. We are considering with the user. See that. User entered. Okay. User entered data. Okay. User entered data should be displayed. Whatever the data we are entering, whatever the data we are entering in the text boxes, the same data it has to be displayed in the text box. So by that we can confirm that text boxes are working. To confirm that text boxes are working or not, we are entering the data here. Whatever the data has been entered, whatever the data has been entered, taking care about mentioning that user entered data should be displayed. Okay, done. Next, considering that TC008. Now, scenario number for the text boxes taking into the negative. So just will be consider text boxes are working or not. Taking next scenario. What is the functionality? What is the functionality? Verify labels here. Okay. What is the scenario number? What is the scenario number? TS013. Okay, done. See that. Mentioning that providing scenario number considering the TS13. Scenario number considering the 13. What is the scenario? Verify labels. Okay. See the steps here. See the step. Considering the first step. What is the first step? Launch browser. Second step, enter URL. Okay. Third step. Third step, enter. What will be the third step? See that. Considering the verify labels here. So third step, we are considering the verify labels. We are entering the URL. That page has been displaying. In that particular page, we have to take care about the labels here. See that. Test data. What is the test data? What is the test data? URL. Okay. Now, expected result. What will be the expected result? See that. What are the labels we got? Username. After that, password. Username, password, labels should be displayed. Username, comma, password. Those are considering as a labels here. So whatever that labels are there, whatever that particular labels are there, need to be taken care about in displaying that particular labels here. Need to be taken care about in considering that particular labels need to be displayed. So first we are taking care about testing with the text boxes. After that, we are taking care about in testing with labels here. We can test that labels has been displayed or not. So we can test that labels has been displayed or not. Okay. Next, see the step. Considering that TC 009. Now, for the labels, only one particular possibility. After that, taking with the next one. What is the next scenario here? Verify heading. Heading the scenario number. What is the scenario number? What is the scenario number? TS014. Okay. Considering the scenario number, mentioning the TS14. Considering the TS14. Okay. See the steps here. See the step. What is the first step? Considering the launch browser. After that, second step, enter URL. Okay. Third step. Third step, considering the verify heading. Test data. What will be the test data? What will be the test data? URL. Test data. Considering the URL. Test data. Considering the URL. Okay. What will be the expected result? Considering that, mentioning that heading should be displayed as. Okay. Heading should be displayed as. See the heading here. If we consider with the heading should be displayed as. What is the heading we got? What is the heading we got? Existing user login hyphen build 1. Existing user login hyphen build 1. So what exactly that particular heading is there? So what exactly that particular heading is there? Need to be taking care about that particular respective heading. Okay. Considering the TC 10. Okay. Heading we can come up with one functionality. Next, taking into another scenario. What is another scenario? What is another scenario? Verify important nodes. What is the scenario number? Scenario number TS0 15. Okay. See that. Considering that, mentioning about TS 15. Okay. Now, see the steps here. What are the steps we can write? What is the first step? First step is launch browser. This will become your favorite step here. So what will be the first step? Launch browser. While sleeping also? Launch browser. Okay. Your classmate, hostel mate will be asking which browser you are launching. Launch browser. After that, what is the next one? Enter URL. Need to be get enter. Need to be get enter URL. After that, what is it? Verify important nodes, or you can consider description. Verify important nodes. Okay. Next, considering that, what will be the test data? What is the test data? URL. Considering the URL. Expected result. What is the expected result? Say that. Considering the important nodes should be displayed as So how exactly that important nodes should be displayed? So what are all that particular important nodes should be displayed as? You need to be mentioned considering that in displaying all that particular description here. So you can mention what exactly the whole important nodes is there. Okay. Next, consider TC 11 taking with scenario. What is the scenario we got? What is the scenario we got? Scenario. What is the functionality? Verify images in login page. We need to be get verify images in login page. Okay. See the step. Now, scenario number. What is the scenario number? TS 16. Considering the TS 16. Okay. Mentioning the taking with the first step. What is the first step? Launch browser. Second step, enter URL. Third step, what is it? Verify images. What will be the test data? URL. Expected result? See that. Expected result. Again, considering the images should be displayed. Based on mock-up. Meaning of the mock-ups? Screenshot. So in the screenshot, we are clearly able to see that how that images has to be displayed. We have to test that. According to that images, it has been displaying or not. Okay. So considering that images should be displayed based on Markov's here. Okay. Considering the TC 0, 12. TC 0, 12. Okay. Let's look into scenario. What is another scenario? Text on images. We need to verify text on images. What is the scenario number? What is the scenario number? TS 0, 17. Okay. Now, see that. Considering the TS 0, 17. See the steps. See the step. What is the first step? What is the first step? Launch browser. After that, enter URL. Enter URL. After that, same. Considering that, verify. Verify. Text on. Verify. Text on images. Verify text on images. What will be the test data? What is the test data? URL. Expected result. What will be the expected result? See that. Mentioning the text. Text on images. Text on images should be displayed as. Text on images should be displayed as. So what exactly that particular text is there? So what exactly that particular text is there? You need to be provide that particular text here. Okay. Next. TS 0, 13. Okay. Look in TC, right? Okay. TC. Now, see that. Considering the next scenario. What is the next scenario? Verify welcome text here. Okay. What is the scenario number? What is the scenario number? TS 0, 18 here. Okay. Now, see that. Considering the scenario number TS 0, 18. See the step. What are the steps need to be done? First step. First step. Considering the launch browser. After that, considering the enter URL. Okay. After that, verify welcome text. Verify welcome text. What will be the test data? URL. Okay. What is the expected result? Welcome text should be displayed as. Welcome text should be displayed as. Okay. What is that particular welcome text? Considering that adapting launches. What is the meaning of the scenarios? What need to be tested? What is the meaning of test cases? Meaning of the test cases? How to be tested. So how we can test that functionality? This particular functionality, we are documenting it. We need to be coming up with a very detailed documentation. Okay. Considering the TC 14 here. Okay. See the scenario number. See the scenario. And this is related to application. We'll come on to this. So all these things we can considering like login page. Okay. Now let's move on to the first page. Let's take on the first one here. The first scenario. What is the first scenario? What is the functionality? Verify new user registration. See that. Right. See that. So what is the functionality we got? What is the functionality? Verify new user registration. Okay. Now see the things here. See the things. What is the scenario number? TS. What is the scenario number? TS 001. Now see the steps. What is the functionality we got? What is the functionality? Verify new user registration. We have to take care about in testing the registration functionality. We have to take care about in testing with registration functionality. Now see the concept. What is the meaning of test cases? Meaning of test cases. Meaning of test cases? How to be tested. So we have to come up the steps of how we can test registration functionality. A registration functionality ni ela test cheyali. How we can test registration functionality. We have to come up the steps here. See the steps. What is the first step? What is the first step? Any test case, your favorite step. What is it? Launch browser. Okay. After that, enter URL. Okay. After that, after entering the URL, what is the next step? Considering that, click on new user registration link. You need to click on new user registration link because if I refer your requirement document, it is clearly mentioning that you have to click on new user registration link. Okay. After that, what is the next step? What is the next step? Enter username. Okay. After that, enter password. Okay. After that, what is it? Enter confirm password. Enter confirm password. Okay. After that, enter full name. Enter full name. Okay. After that, enter email address. Considering that, enter email ID. After that, enter captcha text. Okay. Enter captcha text. After that, after captcha, What is it? Click on. These many answers we got. Huh? After clicking on CAPTCHA, what is the next step we will do? What is it? Checkbox, not radio button. Which checkbox it is? Which checkbox it is? Terms and conditions. Considering that, click on terms and condition checkbox. Click on terms and condition checkbox. Okay. After that, what is it? Click on register button. Click on register button. Okay. Now see that. See the test data. What is the test data? What is the test data? URL. After that, username. After that, password. After that, considering that, confirm password. Okay. After that, full name. After that, email address, and then CAPTCHA. Okay. So whatever the things you are entering while doing the testing, what are all the details you are entering, you need to begin taking care about providing as part of the test data. You need to begin taking care about in providing as part of test data. Okay. Now, see that. Now, see the expected result. What is the expected result? Refer your requirement documents. Email should be displayed. Enter data, but you are clicking on register button here. Online students, what is the expected result for this? You can refer the requirement document, guys. It is clearly mentioned. See here, it is very clear. It is clearly mentioning that enter all the required fields and click on register button. After some time, we need to receive an email from admin team with login details. So if we click on register button, so what is the expected result we have to provide? What is it? Considering that email should be received from KCR or Jagan? Not KCR, not Jagan. From admin team. So considering the admin team with login details here. So we need to be able to see that. Email has to be received. Email should be received from admin team. So from the admin team, we need to be able to see that having with the email with login details here. So need to be documented in a very clear while writing the test cases, particularly writing the test cases, your way of thinking should be very low level. I mean, you have to think like, don't think like you are an IAS and IPS. Particularly writing the test cases. Never think about you done the BTech or IAS or IPS. You have to think like SSC, fail, not even pass also. You have to think like, how do you have to think? SSC, Fall or pace? Sorry, pass or fail? Pass or fail? You have to think like you have been failed. I mean, my intention is you have to think about into that low level, then you can come up with the steps. If you think about IAS and IPS, you cannot write the test cases here. You have to think about in writing in a very detailed here. You have to come up with in writing with a very detailed step. So because of that, you need to be get document. You need to be get document each and every particular step. So we have to test registration. So to test the registration, what are all the steps has been required? You have to come up with documenting all the steps here. Okay, let's see that. Let's continue on that. Now, TC 0, 15. TC 0, 15. Scenario I am considering 1. Scenario number 1 is related to new user registration. Now you have to think about different combinations. What are the different combinations are there? What are the different combinations are there to test that functionality? See that. In a very simple way. Now, I'm testing with the functionality. See that. First is considering the launch browser, and then enter URL, click on new user registration, click on new user registration link, and then fourth step, click on register button. See that we are launching the browser, entering the URL, clicking on the new registration link, and then clicking on register button. Once we got click on register button, taking with mentioning about test data. What is the test data we required? URL. So the test data has been required. Considering the URL. The test data has been required considering the URL. Okay. Now, expected result. What is the expected result? What is it? Considering the mentioning about error message should be displayed. What should be the error message? That information is not provided in the document. What should be the error message? It has to be displayed. That information is not provided. So we are taking care about in considering that. We are taking care about in considering that error message should be displayed here. Okay. Now, okay, done. Next, continued with the same. TC 016. TC 016. Scenario, I'm considering TS 1 only. Now, see the steps here. See the steps what we are doing. Okay. You guys doesn't require to make a note of all the steps. You doesn't require to make all the steps. Just take care about where I'm doing the modification. Just take care about the step, make a note of where I'm doing the modification. See that. This is already done. Launch browser, enter URL, click on this testing case already done. See how we are testing. Launching the browser, entering the URL, click on new registration link, enter existing username. See the fourth step. What is the fourth step? Enter existing username. We are testing the registration functionality. We are testing the registration functionality by entering existing username. By entering existing username. Okay. See that. See the test data. Test data is common. Test data is common. We need to be get provide. We need to be get provide all the data. Test data is common. We need to be get provide. We need to be get provide all the data here. Okay. After that, now see the expected result. See the functionality. We are clicking on new registration link. What is the fourth step we done? What is the fourth step? Enter existing username. So what is the meaning of that? We are trying to register, we are testing the registration functionalities which is already registered. We are testing that how it is working because we are the tester. As a tester, we have to take care about in testing each and every functionality. Then entering the password, confirm password, everything. So once you click on register button, what is the expected result? For this test case, what is the expected result? Is it email need to received or error message should be displayed? What is it? Error message, because that user already exists. As already user is exists, again we cannot get the same username. Because of that, the expected result, considering that error message should be displayed. Expected result, error message should be displayed. Okay. Next, TC 017 scenario number. What is the scenario number? 001. Okay. See the steps here. See how we are testing it. Launch browser, enter URL, click on new user registration link. Now enter username. Or still you want to understand? I am considering the unique username. New username. This time password. I am mentioning the enter existing password. Need to be provide all the test data. See how we are testing. You have to think about different combination. That is the reason I was mentioning. Your way of thinking should be SSC fail or pass. SSC fail. You have to think in that low level. Then only can come up with the test cases here. So see here. First we tested with existing username. Now what we are testing? No. Fifth step. What is the fifth step? Enter existing password. We are entering existing password. Remaining all the steps are same. Confirm password, enter full name, enter email ID, enter captcha and terms and condition and register button. See that. Now, expected result. What is expected result? What is it? Error message should be displayed. Okay. Why error message has to be displayed? Why error message has to be displayed? Password already exists. Then? Okay. Take the example. You guys are working Gmail ID? Gmail ID having or not? Yes or no? How many Gmail IDs maintaining? How many? Not able to count it, sir. Now assume that you will be maintaining 2 Gmail IDs. Can we maintain same password for 2 Gmail IDs? Yes or no? Yes or no? Can we maintain same password for 2 Gmail IDs? Working or not? Working or not? Working. Then here, apply the same thing here. Here also, your username is different. Your username is different. Email ID is different. But Gmail password for 2 different accounts, we can maintain same password here. Here also, your username is different. That is what clearly mentioned the 4th step. What is the 4th step? Enter unique username. Username is different, but password can be same. If you are entering the existing password also, it has to be accepted, not like error message. So what will be the expected result here? What is it? What is it? So considering that email should be received. Considering that email should be received from admin team with login details here. Don't be confused at all. Don't be confused at all. Best example, you can compare with the Gmail registration as already you guys has been done. When you work in Gmail, definitely we can maintain same password for multiple accounts here. So here also password can be the same. So third, as password can be the same as username is unique, we need to be able to say that email should be received. Okay. Next. TC 018 scenario TS 001. See that how many combinations we can write. We can come up with different combination. You have to test with different combination. See that. Enter unique username. And then consider enter unique password. Enter unique username and enter unique password. Enter confirm password as different. Okay. Enter confirm password as different. Enter confirm password as a different. I mean, in the 5th step, what is the 5th step? What is the 5th step? Enter unique password. According to the registration, whatever the password you are entering, the same password need to be entered in 6th step. Now here we are mentioning that enter confirm password as different. Okay. Now test data same. Providing same test data. Now considering that taking away mentioning about expected result. What will be the expected result? What is it? Why error message? Password is different. Always unique. Password, confirm password. Both should be same. Always. Password and confirm password. Both should be the same. But here we are entering as a different. Considering that error message should be displayed. Okay. Next. TC 019. Scenario number TC 001. So see the combination. We have to try with different combinations. We need to be try with different combinations here. Now see that. Launching the browser, entering the URL, click on new registration, enter unique username, enter unique password, and then considering the enter confirm password. Same. Okay. Enter full name. Enter email ID. Now see the understanding. While testing the email ID, what are the mandatory things in the email? If we refer any email, what are the mandatory things? What is it? @ symbol. That is mandatory. Any other things? What is it? Dot or .com? Is it dot or .com is mandatory? Now, if we look into the email IDs, you may have the email ID .in also. It's not like .com. You may have the email ID considering the .com. The best example, if we take with Yahoo email IDs, yahoo.co.in, we may have .in. Extension not worried. It can be .com, .in or other thing. Mandatory is @ symbol and then dot symbol. Now see that. Enter email ID without @ and then dot symbol. Enter email ID without @ and then dot symbol. We are entering the email ID. Without having @ symbol and then taking with dot symbol. Now see that. See the expected result. What is expected result? Error message. Considering that error message should be displayed. Okay. Next, consider TC 020. Scenario. What is a scenario? TS01. Okay. Considering that, providing this. Now, enter email ID. Enter CAPTCHA. Considering that, enter invalid CAPTCHA text. Enter invalid CAPTCHA text here. We are entering the CAPTCHA, but how we are entering the CAPTCHA? Invalid. We are entering invalid CAPTCHA here. Okay. See that. See the expected result. What is expected result? Error message should be displayed. Okay. Considering that, taking with if required, consider TC 21 TS 001, taking with the same, entering CAPTCHA only, entering CAPTCHA here. We are not clicking on the checkbox. Without clicking on the checkbox, click on register button. Click on register button. Now, what will be the expected result? Error message should be displayed here. So this is how you have to take care about coming up with all the combination. Your whole manual testing, just documentation only. You have to take care about in spending with the time of the documentation. You have to look into requirement document and you have to refer the scenarios. By referring that, you have to come up with what are all the testing cases, positive functionality, negative functionality. In a similar way, you guys try to continue. You guys try to continue all the things here. You guys need to get continue all the things. Still registration. For registration, lot of test cases we can write. You guys spend with the time in that. Please spend with the time and document all the possibilities for tomorrow. Try for new user registration, login. Most of the things we done. See that any extra things we can write, and then search hotel, select hotel, book a hotel. For tomorrow, try to write up to book a hotel. If you guys are not writing, I will make you to write. Don't come up with that situations. If you guys are not writing, in a very simple, in the session I will be asking that what are the things need to write it. That will depends on you guys. So because of that, please spend with the time in documenting all the test cases for tomorrow. What are the pages you have to try? New user registration, login page, search hotel, select hotel, book a hotel. 5 pages. For these 5 pages, come up with writing maximum test cases here. Okay, so follow our template. Just cross check that how we written the test cases. According to that, spend with the time in documenting all the test cases. Even online students also. I will be asking online students also. Everyone need to be get document. Take care about documenting it. Okay? Clear? Carry on. Thank you. Online students, if we have any questions, you can wait. Online students, if we have any questions, you can wait. ఒక్కరు ఈమెయిల్ ఐడితో ఎన్ని యూజర్ నేమ్స్ అయినా క్రియేట్ చేయొచ్చు. ఇక్కడ చేయొచ్చు. ఇది రిజిస్ట్రేషన్ లేదు. చేస్తాం. You can. Yes, guys. Online students, if you have any questions, you can carry on.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, every time the capture text will change, right? So how can we maintain that in test data?
No, test data. No. For now, you will mention that capture only. At the time of execution, what is the test data you are entering? You will be providing that information. Okay.
Yes, sir,
for now, you will mention only capture. That's it.
Okay, sir. In real time also, it will change every time. So
yes.
What will we use to write?
No, for now you are not writing anything, right? You are writing at the time of execution. At the time of execution, you will be able to see that what is that captcha. So whatever the captcha has been displayed in the application, the same captcha you will be mentioning in the test data. Okay?
Okay, sir. So
Okay.
for every test case, it will change. So every time.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah. I will be. Yes, guys. Okay. Okay then. Take care about the things. Take the practice. Take with the more practice,
Hello?
guys. Yeah. Yes.
Sir, password should we have a range,
Password?
Password, you have to take a range, like
That
6
minimum characters, maximum characters, I will be explaining. Related to the range and related to the special characters, I will be explaining. Okay. For now, we can ignore that. We can continue with the remaining functionalities. Okay, guys. Take care about the practice. Meet you tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.